In the bustling streets of Owerri, a small town in Nigeria, stood a bright yellow hair salon. From outside, it looked cheerful, hand-painted signs read, "Weave on, braids, fixing, washing." Every weekend, the place was crowded with women and young girls waiting for their turn. Some came with pictures of famous celebrities, others simply wanted to look neat for school, church, or special occasions. Behind the success of this salon was Ezin, a woman in her 30s with skin as smooth as glass and eyes that seemed to see straight into your soul. She was tall, graceful, and carried herself like someone born for greatness. To the people in town, Ezin was the best hairdresser anyone could ask for, fast with her fingers, gentle with children, and creative with styles. Her customers trusted her so much that some even came from nearby villages. But what nobody knew was that Ezin had a terrible secret. Every evening, when the last customer left and the streets grew quiet, Ezin locked her salon door. She would sweep the floor carefully, but not to keep her salon clean. No, she was gathering hair, tiny strands left behind by her customers. Braided extensions, broken ends, combed out natural hair, every piece mattered. She collected them in a small woven basket and hid them under her table. When midnight came, she carried the basket into her back room. There, hidden from all eyes, stood a small shrine, a clay pot, a wooden idol with bulging eyes, and candles that burned low. In the pot were ashes, red cloth, and bundles of human hair tied with thread. Ezin would kneel, pour palm oil into the fire, and feed the gods their offering. As the hair burned, smoke filled the room, and in the smoke came whispers. Sometimes they laughed, sometimes they cried, but always they thanked her. "Faithful one, we see you." From the day she started this practice, her life changed. Customers flooded her salon, she never lacked money, and her skin glowed with beauty. Other hairdressers envied her, wondering what magic made her different. But the truth was simple: Ezin had made a pact with ancient gods. Ezin had not chosen this path out of greed alone. As a child, she grew up in poverty. Her father died early, and her mother struggled to raise her and her siblings. There were nights when they went to bed hungry, days when she wore the same torn dress to school. She vowed never to be poor again. When she turned 18, her grandmother took her to the family shrine. There, Ezin was shown the secret: the gods demanded human hair as a token of life. Women loved coming to her salon. There was always music playing, Afrobeats, high life, or gospel. Ezin laughed with them, listened to their stories, and even gave advice about their marriages, boyfriends, or jobs. She was more than a hairdresser, she was a friend. But she always walked with a sharp eye. Every time she combed through someone's hair, she made sure no strand escaped her basket. Some customers joked, "Oh, Auntie Ezin, you are too neat," not knowing what she really did with the hair. Her success became so great that people whispered about her. "That woman is blessed," some said. "She must have spiritual backing." After some months, a few customers began to complain. One woman said, "Since you made my hair, I dream of fire every night." Another said, "I hear voices calling my name in my sleep." Even young children cried when their mothers brought them to the salon, pointing at Ezin with fear. Still, people kept coming. Beauty was worth the risk, and Ezin's hands worked wonders. But inside her heart, she felt the gods growing restless. One night, after burning the day's collection of hair, the whispers turned into a roar. "Ezin, hair is not enough. We want more. Bring us blood." Her hands froze. Blood. She had promised hair, nothing more. She tried to argue, but the idol's painted eyes seemed to glow, and the whispers filled the room until she felt her head would burst. "Bring us blood, or lose all we have given you." That night, she could not sleep. She tossed and turned, hearing the voices. By morning, her face looked pale, though she forced a smile for her first customer, a teenage girl named Kayameka. Kayameka laughed and chatted as Ezin braided her hair. But as Ezin walked, her eyes fell on the girl's neck. She could see the soft pulse of blood beneath the skin. Her hands trembled. For a moment, she imagined obeying the gods. But then Kayamika said, "Auntie, thank you. My mother will be so happy with this style." Those words pierced her heart. Esin blinked, shook her head, and forced a smile. When the girl left, she sank into her chair, sweating. She could not do it. She would never shed innocent blood. That night, when she refused to chant, the fire burned weakly. From then on, things began to change. Her salon grew quiet. Women who once fought for appointments stopped coming. Another hairdresser opened nearby and became popular. Esin's money started to run out. Her skin, once glowing, now looked dull. She aged faster than her years. When she looked in the mirror, she saw wrinkles that had never been there before. The gods had withdrawn their favor. One rainy evening, Esin sat alone in her empty salon. She looked at the basket of hair she had gathered that day. For the first time, she felt nothing but shame. These strands once held the life of her customers, innocent women and children who had trusted her. She had betrayed that trust for selfish gain. She carried the basket to the back room and set it before the idol. But this time, she did not kneel, she did not chant. She simply whispered, "No more. I will not serve you again." The fire went out. The room fell silent. For the first time in years, there were no whispers, no laughter, no voices. Just silence. Power gained through darkness always comes with a price. And no price is heavier than the loss of one's soul.